To understand the importance of events, we will go through some of the examples. Here in this example, we have two buttons, up and down. When we click the up button, we can see the value goes up by 1. Similarly, when we click on down button, we can see the value goes down by 1. Here the value is changing using DOM manipulation, but the manipulation is happening on specific user interaction with specific button. Only clicking on the up button is increasing the value. Clicking on down button is decreasing the value. Let's move on to next example. Here it is saying 250 characters remaining. What if we start typing? On every letter we are typing, we can see the value here is changing. Even if we are deleting it, we can see the value is changing. So this change is happening because of DOM manipulation. But this DOM manipulation is happening on specific user interaction, that is whenever user clicks a button. So these two types of event that we saw, user clicking on a button or user typing, are called user events. Let's look at another kind of event that we can see. Say for example, here in code pane in CSS, I have added some extra information. Now what if I want to close this page? We can see a pop-up comes up saying changes that you have made may not be saved. Do you want to cancel it or leave it? These are the kind of event that browsers perform for you. So the other events that we saw, it was more about user event, and this event that we saw when we close a browser after modifying something is a browser kind of event. Let's move on to the next example. Now here we can see it is asking us to type a to-do list. So for that, we can go ahead and say play basketball. And as soon as we press enter, we can see something happened. So the data that we entered got added as a to-do list here. Similarly, when we click on this button, we can see something is happening. So the event here was typing was the first event, because as soon as we pressed enter, we saw something happening. When we click on something, DOM manipulation is happening. So here there are different types of event. One type of event is called keyword event. So whenever you type something, like you type a letter. Another kind of event is called mouse event. Click is one of the type of mouse event. But how about looking at some other examples? So here we can see these bubbles are animating left and right. But as soon as we start moving our cursor, we can see wherever we move our cursor, the bubbles gets bigger. And when we click on something, the color is changing, because it says here click to change color palette. So every time we are clicking, the color palette is changing, and when we are moving the mouse, the specific bubble is getting bigger. So these are the type of mouse events. Click is a type of mouse event. Moving the mouse is a type of mouse event. Let's look at the last example where we can see it is asking me to drag this box somewhere like here. When we do this, the content of this box gets copied to this box. Similarly, if we drag from here and drop it here, we can see something like this. And you must have seen when you are uploading an image on any website, you can drag and drop an image on that. So this is also a type of event where you drag something from somewhere and drop it. And when you drop it, it stays there. So there are a lot of types of event that we will be learning in upcoming videos. MDN has a thing called event reference, where you can just look at all the types of event that you can use on a browser if you want to. So these are the list of events that you can perform on any browser. Don't worry, we'll go through most important events one by one in upcoming videos.